It's always good as a sports scientist when you can affect the decision making. The most important thing that we need in our industry is to be able to free up time and affect what we can. StatSports allows you to do that. So the best thing about StatSports is that we're able to utilise the data for any individual that we want. So whether that's other sports scientists, is that the S&C coach, so how hard we've trained in the session before, that'll determine what they're doing in the gym afterwards. You can then relay that back to the physio. So is there someone who's returned back from injury? How did they perform in that session? And then it's also relaying that information to the manager as well. So when you're preparing for a game, have we hit the intensity that's required? Is today a work day or is it more of a tactical emphasis? And then it's within those parameters we can adjust where we see fit, and all the players are then understood what they need to hit and the requirements they needed for that session. So the best thing about the training ground infrastructure we have here is that we can use the iPad and then we have zero data dropout. So when the manager's asking you a question, you know what the data is saying at any point. It's also good for the players. So when we're doing our max speeds, as soon as they've done the max speed, we get the instantaneous percentage of their max speed. We can give them that feedback. Also, it allows us to be more competitive with the boys as well. So the best thing about the Somra software is that we can download the data within 2 minutes, and then also allows me to be more available for the players. So whether that's on pitch or working in the gym with the boys, basically frees up your time. The most important thing that we need in our industry is to make sure that we have ease of use, but also be able to free up time, be with the players and affect what we can. The best thing about the iPad is that we can be anywhere on the pitch. The way we've had it with the infrastructure at the training ground as well. I can have players on the pitch that I'm on or the third pitch further away. We can see what anyone is doing at any point in time. The data you get is also the same as the download. So instantaneously, as soon as the session is finished, I can feed back to the manager, we feed back to the players. They know exactly what they've done in any given point of time. The great thing about the Somra watch is it's easy to use, and also, most importantly, is able to feed back to the player there and then. The boys buy into it a lot easier, and then I can do it whilst on the move, so I can be part of a drill and still be able to see what we're doing. The great thing about the StatSports team is the level of service you give us. So we can have an issue today, by tomorrow that's fixed. We have units sent next day delivery. Also, if there's a new idea that's coming out, they give us suggestions of what we can do to help them. Then you get the opportunity to have an input of the future of sports science. So for sports scientists out there, to use the StatSports equipment as efficiently as possible, we want to make sure that the players understand what they're doing, why they're doing things, increases level of competitiveness. Also, it's getting the data itself, making sure that the data is reliable and we're able to act upon that data. So make sure that you're able to feed back to the manager when needed. It makes your life so much easier.